What's up, everybody? This is the Lazy Farmer. Kurt H here. How you doing? And I'm coming to you another episode. This is going to be episode 2 and of day 1 in the rice yard, working rice yard. Day 2, we move on to someplace different, and of course we have I've split the days into 2-hour shifts. Since Run8 runs in real time, that means that's 12 days or at least 12 streams. We'll put it that way, 12 streams uh, of working here in the rice yard. And so let's go ahead and get started. I want to make sure my dispatcher is engaged. Let's do that. Enable all signal routes. Good. So that means all our AI trains will be moving. Something to point out, made a little changes. Not bad, not much, but I have, where to go? I gotta open something up for you guys. Scroll up. Okay, so once again, I'm using LibreOffice for my spreadsheet. It is a free download. It is built off of OpenOffice, so OpenOffice is also a free download if you're looking for some Office software, or if you already have Excel or Microsoft Office, you can use that as well too if you already own that. But OpenOffice and LibreOffice are free, and LibreOffice to me has a little bit nicer look than what OpenOffice does. So, I need to now. What I'm doing here is the first night we started humping trains. Trimming is needed. Build locals, which we didn't. I got a card, not locals sent out. We never got around to building locals, but so we do have a set out of cars ready to go to another yard. We're going to wait on that. We still got to trim some engines. So today what I've selected for myself, actually before I do that, let's go here, and I want to, on this one, can I single line? Is that? No. Oh, that's the underline thing. I was looking for a strikeout. I was going to strike that out because it's done. But anyway, day 2 is what we're on. I haven't started the clock yet. So rice yard, trim tracks 49, 41, 31. Put locals in receiving yard to engine. I say to engine shop. Oh yeah, put locals in receiving yard to engine shop. There's some locomotives that are connected to a string of cars. We need to pull those out of the receiving yard and move them to the engine shop so they can be refueled. But we also have engines in the engine shop that need to move. And then of course, I didn't add that here. Continuing pushing cars over the hump. Let's see, let's do continuing. Okay. Use the storage tracks. Okay, and we're extending beyond, so I don't. We're just gonna let's truncate this down here. There we go. Push cars over the hump. All right, that's pretty much self-explanatory. So this is what we're gonna be working on today. So we're gonna try to do the best we can. Let's go ahead and get started. So before I forget, I don't want to do this. I don't want to leave that up. I did that yesterday, and yeah, kind of a good part of the stream. But you know what? I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. Don't be me. All right, anyway, let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to start with trimming. And we're going to pull off out of the, let's go ahead and get these started. There we go. We're going to start all locomotives. We're starting easy. We can go inside and do it manually, but with these SD45s, SD42s, things like that, you still have to come outside and eventually come back here, so you might as well. Let's see. Back one, short hood trail, front run, short hood lead. We're good. So auto start all locomotives. Both locomotives are starting up and are now running. Automatically connect the MUDP cables, and then auto circuit breaker, and then auto air brakes. So these guys are all connected. And we're just going to go ahead and let's get some headlights going, and we'll get some rear lights going. Probably not really how it's done, but I don't care. All right, let's go in, and Milepost tags are on. I want those. Milepost tags right now are on. That's what I need. And I'm looking for, I said it was track, go here, track number 49, 41, and 31. Alright. So I'm going to go left control, oh, I'm sorry, left sit F12. That will put me into drone mode. E, shift E, drone up. E by itself is drone up very slow. Left control E is like blinding fast. Launch into outer space. Alright, I already know I need this one. So let's see, that's 31. There's track 31 right there. So we're going to pull this string of cars out, this string of cars out, and this long. This is maxed out. So this one is, let me get the car tags up. A767, which A767, A767. Do I have an A767? Oh, I do. It goes to the pecan yard. And if memory serves me, pecan is south. So it's going to go in the other. I might pull that one first, I think. I'm actually grabbing. Oh, I need to do something here. Technically, I'm working. So since I'm now working, I'm going to go to date time. And, oh, freeze time. Good. It's unfrozen. So it is now currently 2:21. So we'll be working till at least 4 o'clock. That moved forward really kind of fast. But anyway, all right. Let's get the HUD up. Okay, that should have been. I've been saving that with when I save the game. I just got to remember to come in. So I'm going to short you guys. Sorry. All right, here we go. So receiving yard and to the south. I really believe that pecan is on its way down to Taft. I gotta double check. I'm pulling up my page maps here. That I printed out, or for you Canadians, oot. I printed oot. So, I kid. I've got a lot of friends that live up there in Canada. Yep, it is on its way south. So that string of cars will go to the south forwarding yard. South forwarding yard, right over there. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull this one first. Okay, so we're going to go, let's get on the ground, and we're going to go, first things first, I'm going to set some switches. I like Rice Yard. It is extremely well lit. I like it a lot. Okay, so we're going to be coming this way. That one's set right. This one's set right. So this one's set right. So we just need to get our locomotives past this switch here. Let's bring them forward. Okay. Come off the brakes, come off that. A little bit of, going to forward. There we come. Alright, I haven't set slow speed yet. That's left control and C. That will set the slow speed. I have slow speed default is 0, so no matter whenever I set it, whatever speed I'm going, that's where it's going to lock in at. That's a good benefit, especially if you're backing up. Alright, we're going to come off the notch already. Let's hit some independent brake up to 10 pounds. Bring that to a stop while we're waiting for that to stop. Flip the switch. We're going to climb on. Going to reverse. Notch up. Release the brakes. And we're at about 5.2. That's good enough. 5 miles an hour. 10 miles an hour through the yard. Well, actually, it's 15 miles an hour. I tried to keep it down about 10. So I have a little 5 mile an hour buffer. In railroading, nothing is ever fast. Just got to remember that. Nothing's ever fast. So, and you're moving tons and tons and tons of equipment. So Yeah, sometimes slower is better. Slow and steady. What's the old saying? Slow and steady wins the race. Got it. Good. All right. So anyway, welcome to my stream. Once again, I am Kurt H. I am known as the Lazy Farmer ever since I started streaming Farming Sim. And of course, as always, if you like the content, please click the subscribe button, click the notification when you know I come online. Give me a thumbs up, it helps the metrics. And also, I really want to build this community, the Run8 community, not my community, but the Run8 community, to basically help these people out. These guys work really, really hard. So, and they also work for a living. It's an independent company. These guys are engineers. They're conductors. I think there's some truck drivers in there, or they work on the railroad. So, coffee. So anyway, yeah, kind of want to help these guys out. Running is not too expensive. I don't think it is. I think it's. I've seen games that are a lot worse. Base game is $50. That's pretty much standard wherever you go as far as games. Um, the link to where you can get Run8 is in the description. Alright, we're connected. So I have. I did turn the dispatcher on. I always got to double check that. So I did set my F7 air brake cheat. All I do, if I hit F7, it's just going to connect the air hoses. It's not going to air up the train, and it's not going to open or close all the angle cocks. But here in the yard, it's pretty much flat. I don't even really need to even connect the air hoses, to be honest with you. I'm not going to get any train brake because there's no air in the cars. So, but we are just going to pull out. So let me get back on the ground here. So I'm pretty much going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be going down into the south forwarding yard, which is down over here. I'm going to go back in the drone mode. I still don't know. I'm getting to know rice yard pretty well. Okay, so, but still don't know it like in the back of my hand, but time will do it. All right, so we have this train sitting here, so I can put it on the outside. So I need to come up to that switch right there. This one right here, y'all come forward now, please. Let's go forward. A little bit of a notch. I'm going to take off slow speed at this point. So once again, left control and C. Let's give it a second notch. I got no brakes. Oh, I know it. Never notch off. Okay, hang on. F5. I got all those cars have their handbrakes on. So I just hit F5. That releases all the handbrakes. All right, now we're going to give it a little bit of a notch. Here we go. Now we're pulling. Picking up the slack off the couplers. Give it a second notch here. All right, we're pulling forward. Okay. Now from the previous session, I know that if I can go past here, all the switches are set. So I should not, and I say this, you know what, let me go back out. Okay, I'm going to go out and double check this. Come out this way. I just want to make sure. I believe I have all my switches set, so when I push back, if I push back, I should not end up with a stretch coupler. But I think we're all good. I think we're all good. Yeah, we're all good. I can tell you right now. It hasn't changed. I didn't change those. So we're working rice yard. This is session 2, which is all my sessions are going to be 2 hours long. There's going to be 12 sessions per yard. And in the smaller yards, this is the main yard. This is rice yard in Waycross, Georgia. So this is the main hub. Everything is centered in and around this particular yard. So once we get out and get done with day 1, then we're going to head over and we're going to take. It's going to be, if we need something to do day 1, which is all rice yard, then it may be like running road trains to the other yards. If we find that we need things to do, once we, oh, that's some bright lights up. Hmm. All that light is shining is coming from the locomotive. Interesting. Um, yeah, I just turned the lights off, so that should not be doing that. The shadows are not right. Oh well. Okay. Anyway, so A767 goes to Pecan, so that'll be a road train down to Pecan. Now we have two ways of doing that. I can either set it up, put a couple pair of locomotives on the front of it, and send it out as an AI, which is something else I need to do. And I might record what I'm doing and then edit and all that, and then put it up there. But it's making sure that if I run a train out of Waycross down to Pecan, that I'm using the right tags, and then got to go into the configure in the XML file, because I don't think the XML file has all the tags in there for the routing. Every time I look at it, it just seems very, very light. So um, I want to start transitioning to current tagging system, because this is an A767. Well, that's the cars. That's the local out of Pecan. But for the locomotives going from Waycross down to Pecan, that would be an M train. M for manifest. That's the current train, instead of a Q train, which they were using those tags at the modern time. So I got a lot of configuration to do. So configurations will be done with time frozen when I go in there and start dealing with that. So that's just because I don't want to waste time. The 2-hour shifts will be actually working, doing something in the yard, whether it's servicing the locomotives, where it's moving cars, where it's actually working the locals that are working on those particular yards. Yeah, that's how I'm doing it. All right. So this is a one-man operation. So this is something that I've gleaned from a couple of other. One was a streamer and one was from the forums, and this so far I felt pretty good yesterday. This was only the first episode, so I just need to, a mistake I made today, and I did it. Well, I didn't do it yesterday. I did it today. I thought when I loaded in that I had the game up and running, and I forgot to freeze time. So there was like about 30 minutes of actually well, I guess it's like getting to work and putting your feet up, having a cup of coffee, and talking to your people about the day. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I was working for 30 minutes. It was a team meeting. We had a 30-minute team meeting before actually going out. That's the more story. I'm going to stick to it. So, all right. So we have the B side of the bowlers. The bowl has two sides, an A side and a B side. The B side is all going to be cars coming in from supply trains going out to different locals. I have the hump yard programmed per local, so I know which ones I can pull, and if I need to run a train, like I said, I'm going down to Pecan, maybe I'll double it up with the local train going down to Taft as well too, so I can continue that road train down, stop at the Pecan yard, and drop the Pecan cars there, then move on down to Taft and leave the train down there, and then do the reciprocal move. Yeah, big word. Reciprocal. Kind of just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Alright, we're coming up to the end of this. Let's go ahead and notch down, and I'm going to apply. We're going to go full brake here. There we go. There should be enough to get us stopped. And then I want to do this. It's the independent brakes only, since I have no air going to the cars. I'm relying on the brakes from the locomotives to stop this. I could have used dynamics. They do have dynamic brakes. Maybe I should do dynamics next time. Cars are rolling back. The slack is loosening up. We're going to go ahead and put this into reverse. Come off the brakes. And we're going to go ahead and start pushing back. So this is taking, you see I started to go back down again. We're going to go ahead and notch it in. So pretty much the slack was being taken up. You see the cars now being moving here. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to come on down. Conductor is going to be running. here, come down here, and we're going to go ahead and flip that switch. I'm going to put him down here on the first track. I'm actually enjoying learning this. I'm not that familiar with this map area. The Southern California, I mean, it isn't. For me here locally, man, it is a beautiful rainy day. I love it. I love the rain. And nothing better to do than either sit back and be quiet and have a nice warm cup of coffee or tea or whatever you prefer is and read a book, or stream Run8. So, and let's see, what time is it too? I gotta work today. Even though it's supposed to be a day, it's only 11 o'clock here. 11 o'clock in the morning, so we're good. We got some time. So I'm gonna be pushing this one back. I'm gonna go up to notch 3 here. Get up to at least 10. So how long is this particular string of cars? Let's take a look. We're looking at 3,100, this right here. 3,121 feet. Huh, DB axles. That's just a train. We have a total of 208 axles, 19 empties, and 30 loads. So 49 cars, 4,700 tons, and with the 2 locomotives, it's a 1.5 horsepower per ton. So that's enough to even take it down the road if we need to. So, but these are switchers. We're using some DB45s. DB45s. What am I saying? SD45s. Sorry, guys. All right. Perfect. We're doing good. Just keep pushing them all the way down. So I've got this string of cars that I need to trim out. I got 2 more that will probably go to the north forwarding yard. I have not put any cars over there yet. That'll be interesting to see. I have got those particular strings. I have to do a little bit of research as to where they go. So anyway, SP Bob, if you're out there, how you doing? I just thought about you. I still got that. I did find that picture. I found it. I got the picture, Bob. I just got to put it up. Next time you say hi. Not today, though. It's not ready. And then, let's see, who else was out there? Franza, I hope you're studying well. Thank you. And then, of course, there's Clevelander. And I hope you guys are you and your grandson, I believe it was. I hope you two are having fun with Run8. And if you have any more questions, man, I love those questions you're feeding me. Let's go ahead and lock this in at 14. I'm finding right now too, as it stands, these 2-hour shifts, man, I got enough work to do for 12 shifts, 2 hours each. That's 24 hours. Hey, whoa, well, that's a day. Wow. So I have enough. I've got things to do. I thought I was gonna be concerned about what I have to work on. I do got to learn how to speak English. All right, what do we have? We've got some trains coming in, heading down. Let's see, Dalen Benson Junction says, hold out. There's Pecan, so these might be heading off the track because this is heading this way. So those are going to be going. There's Moncrief Yard, nothing there. Okay. So trim lead. This is where I'm coming out. West freight lead coming out, coming down to here, pushing back into here right now. Looks like I've got something coming from the Fitzgerald yard to Fitzgerald sub to Manchester. So we'll see how he routes them. Should be coming in. Okay, and then we got some supply trains coming in. So we'll see how that works. I got one heading this way. That's interesting. So he's heading up this way. A lot of these are spawning, one every hour. So I got three. I mean, these three trains. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this guy's moving fast. He came up from out. Yeah, so we'll see what he does here. But I got 3 supply trains coming in. Should be coming into Waycross. Plan to. I'm not going to do any flat switching for locals going to other yards. And depending on the locals that come out of Waycross, I don't think I'm going to flat switch them. I think, well, in the case of like the A768, most of those cars go to an actual industry. So if I can get them to fit into the Jessup sub, let the locomotives for that industry grab them out of that, come down, grab them out of the yard, bring them into the, and they actually have their own holding area for incoming cars and outgoing cars, so let them. There's an interesting track between the two main lines. I'll let them do the sorting out there in the yard. It'd be interesting to show that part, since it is part of the Waycross. That could be a good 2-hour stream right there, just working that yard. So, alright, there's the A77 going. That one, that's, where's that one going to? A77. A77, that one's going to Taft. So actually, I could actually effectively double this up. But then there's also the 784, 785, 799, and the Z915 that all go to Taft. So they would double up. To Pecan is just the one that I'm pushing right now, the A767. So Pecan would go out by itself. But effectively, yeah, if I don't have anything else for Taft, I could double up onto this one and then drag it down, put it on the end, pass through Pecan, drop this off, and then move on. Alright, well, we're going to slow this down. I'm going to come off here, start letting speed bleed off a little bit. So, anyway, Run8 is phenomenal. It really is. I am looking, like I said, I'm looking at a couple of others. I like doing trains. I mean, I've got Derail Valley, but every time I want to come on and do Derail Valley or Railroads Online, not that I don't like those, but I think I'm just going. I may or may not stream those. I don't know. Not because I don't think it's good content. I think it's great content, but I want to keep some games just for myself when I'm not streaming, because sometimes you just don't feel like streaming. I did get up this morning, got up early, and you all know I play Lord of the Rings Online, so I was doing that. I'm on vacation, man. I'm enjoying video games. What can I say? I may even be back tonight and do another session tonight. I don't know. I've got to work tonight, so depending on what time I get back. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to apply about 10 pounds on the independent brakes, see if we can't get this thing to slow down. We got about 3 cars to go. I'm at 7 miles an hour yet. 2 cars, let's put another 10 pounds on. Here we go. Now we're doing a proper slowdown. I can see it. Here we go. Nicely done, engineer farmer. Alright, go to 30 pounds. I'm going to hop off at this point. And we're going to go ahead and set the handbrake. Actually, you know what? I just realized I think I set the handbrake on this car. I did. That's alright. We'll leave that applied. I just realized that because this one didn't highlight. Okay. And it's, oh, it is applied. I did get it. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's highlighted red. So, alright. So we're there. Let's go control, left control, and F12 brings me to the front. Alright. We're going to apply. Oops. Apply. And we're applying the handbrakes. We'll just do the first 3 cars. That should be enough. Come over here. Click on that. We've got yellow couplers, so we got to come back a little bit. So I'm going to come off the brake. I'm going to notch up once I'm already in reverse. Let me take, no, we'll leave slow speed on. I'm going to just notch up ever so slightly until we get the white coupler to remove the tension. Come off, whoop, yep, come off a throttle and then go into front, and then we're going to pull away. And let's go get the next cut of cars. There we go. And that is how that's done. Alright, so these next ones, like I said, I'm not sure where they're going to go. So because I don't know, and I got more room, I'm going to go stick them over in the north forwarding yard. So that's what I got to figure out, is how to get over there. I've never put any cars over there, so let's figure that one out. But right now, we want to get in. I'm going to grab those, that one string of cars, which are loaded. Oh, you know what I have to do? There we go. It's my railroad. Do I have to honk? Yeah, I should. Welcome to my virtual model railroad. I think this is perfect for anybody that ever wanted to have a model railroad but never had the space or the time. I think Run8, being an open sandbox simulator, is a phenomenal virtual model railroad. And there's a couple of other train simulators out there that they say that there are, and I'm interested in one in particular. I'm not going to name. Actually, I'm interested in 2, and I think there'll be awesome content for the stream. But yeah, Run8 is still amazing. I will not. Especially since I'm doing this new process. So if you're playing Run8 solo, hey, this might be the process for you. And then, like I said, watch my streams. Watch the mistakes I make. And then that way you know, hey, I better not do that. I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. Alright. Oh, long. So we have long. How long is it? Just so you know. So the Bull's definitely a lot shorter, but yeah, we're looking at almost 9,000 feet. We had 8,800 feet on F14. 40, that's the southern forwarding yard. 11 through 14 southern. 11 and 12, those are 9,000 feet. Almost, and the F11 is 9,500 feet. So, and we have F1 through 3 is up next to Thomasville, Maine. I think I'll stick these next cars there. So if I come out, I basically need to come out onto the T1 lead and then come down. I've been coming out of the bowl, and I think I've been going down the T4 lead. So these next ones I need to go down the T1 lead. Okay, T1 it is. So what I'm saying, let's see. Okay, there we go. So I've been pulling out of this area and coming down here. I need to, the next string of cars I need to pull, and I really need to, wow, actually I'm looking at this map. I think actually if I'm on one of these, I'm okay. Get on the T1 and then come down this ladder here and then push back onto T11. I think this is what I need to do. Yeah, T11 and then get on to F01. This is where I'm at right now. I got the 2 string of cars down there. So, okay. I have a plan. All depends on which one I'm coming out of. Now I know I broke I didn't really break a cardinal rule, but I mean that's just I'm looking at the dispatching screen. It's a good representation. It is not a map. It is exactly what it said. It's a dispatching screen. If you want the maps, I think I have a link in my description to the Depot server. You can go there and you can pull out maps, and that's actually what I did. Is I downloaded their maps. You can download them for free as a PDF file, and then print them out and have them handy. If you're tactile like me, I like to hold pages. I'd like to be able to flip through a book, and then I also can make notes as well too. Take little post-it notes, put it all over it. Alright, so I need to figure out how to get to where I need to go. So I'm going to pull up right here, put some brakes in, pull up right here. This is perfect. Perfect place to stop. Okay, I'm going to hit the ground and go into drone mode again. Once again, that's left shift and F12 and left shift and E comes up. Perfect. Yeah, these are the cars here I'm thinking about taking. These are the next ones. These will probably come over here, I believe. But I want to come over and get these cars here. So, LRT, CYB, I'm not even sure what that is. I think these go, Jax U goes somewhere, but I need to do some research just to find out where these cars go. So, I'm going to be coming down. So, we want to flip this switch. Flip this switch. Flip this one. Keep coming back straight. Okay, so we want to get our train over to here, past this switch. So we want to come this way. Okay. So that's going to be the first thing, is to get our train to come over here. Oh, there we go. Turn my flashlight on. Terrible flashlight. Alright, we're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and let's pull forward. Come off the brake. And we're going to do set slow speed right at about 5. There we go. Oh, let's get back on the ground. And T1 is right here, so I need to get on the T1. So I'm going to flip these switches, because eventually I'm going to come down here and get those string cars past this switch, so I can go back this way onto down to T11 over to F1. Track, that's what I'm planning on doing. There we go. So we're going to get, we got, like I said, we got 3 strings of cars. We're going to pull out, and then we're going to go and start having, get the hump train if we have time. We'll get the hump locomotives, start pushing those strand of cars over, and so we get the bowl filled up. And then we're going to start moving some locomotives around if we have time today. Okay, we just need to get these guys past this switch here. Okay, put a little 10 pounds on the brake cylinder, independent brake that is. Alright, and we're going to climb on board. And if we did everything correctly, we're going to be, I'm going to come off a slow speed here, and then we'll set it for 10 miles an hour. 9, 10, there we go, 10.1, that's all right. So there's an A side to the bowl and a B side, so we're going down the tracks to the B side, and then ultimately we want to head over this way. Going over that was a little jerky. Interesting. So I do have switch derailment turned on, which I think I was saying yesterday I had that happen once. Okay, let's slow down, come off the notch, we'll leave slow speed on. Get some, come about 10, apply some independent brakes, slow down. Below 5, we're bleeding off speed. A little bit more. Alright, 3 miles an hour, that's about perfect to connect. Alright. Sweet. Okay, here we go. Forward, get on the ground. Ooh, release the handbrakes, and this has got some weight on it. What are we looking at? Almost 7,000 tons, nothing but loaded cars, 57 loaded cars. These engines are going to have a lot of fun. So, alright, so I'm going to come back out the way I just came in. Out here. And then we're going to flip this one to get these trains onto the T1. Let's come down here. Alright, let's flip this one. Make sure it goes back to normal. I want to have, I think that should be the end of it. Nope, there is another switch here. Good, that's set to normal. We're going to keep going straight through. The difference in elevation is interesting. That's pretty cool, actually. Alright. So I got T4 West Freight lead. Just in case, I'm going to come all the way down here. I don't want the excessive angler, so that's good. That's set to normal. Let's go ahead and flip that. Alright, so we're good. So I went back, and we'll go back to the front of the locomotive. There we are, we're all good, we're connected. So let's pull out, and let me look at my map here. Okay, so, oops, don't need that page. Alright, so that one bled over the T. It was T11 that goes over the Thomasville main, but I don't want that one. I want it to go straight. Okay. So we're going to be coming out. Let's go. Alright. We are... Okay, that's B31. B31 is there. So I'm coming off B31, going up. Oh, okay. So... Coming off B31. I'm confused. Hang on. Hang on, guys. I'm confused by the map. I don't think the map matches the, Alright. So... Alright, that's the Thomasville main. This makes this F1. Thomasville main. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, T11, T10. Wait. No, that one doesn't have a track number. T11, T10. That's not T11. Okay. But I want to be on this outside one right here. And we're going to come all the way down to, we're going to get, so I got to get past this particular switch right here. Okay. So if I got to get past, oops, get past that switch, means I got to come this way. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So we're going to be coming out this way. So I have to get past this switch. And then, alright, I know what I'm doing now. I think. Kind of, sort of. Maybe. Alright, let's start pushing back. 1.1 horsepower per ton. There we go. Alright, we're slowly pulling. Wow. Okay, it looks like we picked up the slack because we slowly started bleeding off speed. Pick up the notch 3 here. I think my slow speed, if I remember correctly, was set to 10, so we're good. Oh, get back up on the ground. Alright. I guess one of the T1 lead. That's where I want them to go, is right here. And get the last car past this switch, and then we'll start shoving it back. We're going to attempt to get this first time out, no mistakes, get it onto the F1 northern forwarding track, or northern forwarding yard on the F1 track. So we'll give it a try. Oh no, I'm out of coffee. That's okay. I have my 2 cups for the day. That's enough. Okay, 650 South Baldwin, Maine. Okay. Three o'clock in the morning here in Waycross right now. Big tree. Oh, there it is. Down. It's going to take a while to stop. I'm going to go to 20 pounds to begin with. Alright. Flip that switch. Hey, where are you going? Got a lot of weight, so I'm going to go hit the independence hard here. In fact, full independent. Ooh, a lot of weight. Alright. Alright, reverse, come off the brakes. There we go. Alright. Well, wherever this ends up, it ends up. But I think I should get it to... I think I should have everything lined up. So I'm on the T yard, going back. That one is normal, that one is normal. That one is not what I want. Okay, hang on. On the ground. That one's normal, that's what I want. This one, that's the one I want. Alright. Never jump on a car while it's moving. I think Bob in there is actually going to be like writing me up. Alright, conductor. Man, I'm out here doing the conductor work and the conductor is sitting in the conductor's chair. How does that work out? Okay, so this actually should get me onto where I need to go. I think I'm doing good here, guys, so far. No huge mistakes. Farmer's getting better at this. Yes, he is. So we got about what, I said 7,000 foot train. I'm gonna put here on the on F1 in the northern forwarding yard. So F1, F2, F3, and so on down in this is the bowl. We don't need to work anything else over here. I think I've got one more string on the A side that I need to pull off, and I'll have to take a look and see where that's going. That'll determine which forwarding yard I put it into. So, yep, perfect. Look at this. Just like I know what I'm doing. Kerbo! Oh, I'm single player, Kerbo. How you doing this morning? But, you know, that's not going to stop me from, like, opening up my server to a fellow streamer. How you doing, buddy? You're actually making me want to go and do some railroads online. I played with that a little bit, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not any good at it, but I guess I just got to keep practicing at it. But yeah, this is a single player. This is I'm actually doing testing something that I was showing the stream where I have. Hang on a second. I have a spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet I'm using, and I'm working it out that I'm doing 2-hour streams. So 12 streams will make up one day, and then one day. So I'm spending one day in Waycross. Then I'll go do day 2 will be the Fitzgerald and the you know, Cordell. Oh, okay, cool. You lurked in a few streams. Hey, you're welcome to work. Hey, lurkers are welcome, man. I like lurkers. I like them a lot. All right. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. So you've been lurking. Cool. Yeah, I've been catching yours. Usually after work, I usually jump in. I see, oh, he's put out something new. Let me go watch. Your medieval series is actually pretty interesting as well, too. I think you jump in on the Mateo server, right? Every once in a while. I might go do some of those too. Oh, where's my water? I need some water. Okay, what do we got? Let's see. Oh, there you go. Piddle around a little bit, single player, use the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet, you kind of have to. I mean, if you really want to be organized and have something to do, and you may know where you're at, I mean, you can just wing it. That's what I've been doing for years, just jumping in and winging it and going, I feel like doing this, feel like doing that. Well, yesterday was, and I can still do that. I mean, if I wanted to, I might go back to Southern California for a stream or two just to kind of break up the monotony a little bit. Um, go up to Selkirk, Mohawk. I know it's spending time with there or the new, be on the Pittsburgh line, something, whatever strikes my fancy. Go back to Northern Cal, um, which is the area that I'm really familiar with. I grew up riding trains with my family members that worked for Southern Pacific back in the day, up and over the mountain. So a lot of memories there. But yeah, pretty much single player. I get on every once in a while, and I did a stream from the Mateo server, and then they have one. I guess they have what's called the High Green server, which is actually down here, where the area that I'm working on, in the southeast Florida. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's all right. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think Run8 shines in multiplayer. It really does, and it adds a lot to it. Especially if you have a lot of friends and family members that love trains, um, or if you're into model railroading. This is an excellent virtual model railroad simulator. So, love it. You got the fits for some greenery, but don't know much about the East Coast routes. That's where I'm at, Kerbo. That's why I actually had to force myself, and it's confusing, especially since I came to the realization. I guess I already knew it, but I use the depot config files and I go and look at reference their maps. Their maps are spot on. Well, I can't say that. Actually, I'll take that back. The maps, as far as the way the tracks are laid out, that's spot on. But they change their industries, and every time they change an industry, that's when they come out with a new configuration update. And of course, I run those configuration updates, but I've found that what that does is the cars don't change. The industries will change. So you might have an industry go from, say, ABC, and now all of a sudden it's DEF. Well, you might have a bunch of cars sitting in the yard for ABC, but you no longer have an industry by that name. So you got to kind of really watch out for that. Make sure you make your changes. They even say too that with the number of um, tags in this area that are used by CSX, uh, there's too many to do. And when I went in and looked at the XML file for train routing, that's that they don't have all the tags in that XML file. So that came up from another streamer um, that was trying to get a intermodal to come into Jack's Ramp, and no matter what he tried, it always went in the wrong direction. Well, one, he was using, I guess it looked like he was using his own tag, and then thinking that was going to get him to Jack's Ramp, and then when he came in, I went and looked at the configuration file from Depot, and one, that tag wasn't part of it, but yeah, I mean it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It is a great resource. Don't get me wrong. I am not blaming the depot for anything. And I'm not blaming anything for it. I'm not putting any blame anywhere. What I'm basically trying to say in that long monologue is that Run8 has an extremely high learning curve, and that's why I chose this particular simulator to stream as opposed to Farming Simulator, which is where I got my moniker. Because I would sit there and just talk and not farm, so my friends called me the lazy farmer, and that's how I got that. So, but yeah, no, it's got such a high learning curve, and it's very, 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 very configurable. Run8. So, yeah, that's the thing. But no, the depot is an amazing resource. It really is. It'll get you in the ballpark. Let's put it that way. The resources, they're not 100%, and they shouldn't be. I think there should be a little bit of learning that needs to be done. You need to learn, So yeah. But I do believe that if you ever want to learn how railroads operate and to drive a train, there's no better simulator than Run8. So what are you going to stream today, bud? I'm okay. You want to talk about your stream? Go ahead. You're a good streamer. I like your content. Yeah, I agree with that. Run8 is great. So many people miss out on a great sim because they just want shiny graphics. You know what? I absolutely agree. The graphics in Run8, guys, it's not the best. It really isn't. And I mean, but it's not. I don't play Run8 for the graphics. I play Run8 because the train physics are spot on. Um, I gotta go back. Ooh, I'm coming to the end of this. I need to see if I can get this thing to stop. It's a heavy train. Alright, came off the notch. Star Citizen, I need to ask you what your, and you can send me a message. I think I got a link to my Discord. You can also jump in there and leave it there if you want. But I can't get Star Citizen. It says it will run on my system, but I can't get it to run, and I think I just need to keep trying. I played it before, and it ran until I changed my video card, and I went to a stronger video card. And yeah, but I was looking for a really good. All right, we did come to a thing. We'll let the slack come out, and then I'll set the. Here we go. And let's go ahead on the ground, and I'm going to do Shift and F5. We'll set the brakes. Left control F12. Come back to the front. Oh, I didn't realize the bell was on the whole time. All right. So we have. Let's come off of handbrakes because that will do. When I do the Shift F5, that. Oh, I gotta send this train. I just noticed getting low on fuel. How's this one doing? This one's not too bad. The other one up in the front's getting a little bit low. So eventually they'll have to go over and actually, yeah, they'll have to go over to the yard and get filled up. I like Star Citizen. I really do. Like I said, since I went to the new video card, it just, yeah, I can't get it to load up. I don't understand why. So, alright, we're in reverse. Let's get into reverse here. Let's go ahead and give us a little bit of a notch. Let's start by coming off the brakes first. Notch up, slack up. Alright, uncouple. And we're going to go into forward. And let's go ahead and get out of here. And we'll ride the stairs all the way up. Alright. I like Star Citizen. What's the other new one that just came out? Starfield? I need to upgrade my processor. That's on the docket here. Did you delete your user and shader folders? No, I actually, I gotta think about this for a minute. Yeah, I had a problem with my C drive. And so I kind of redid everything and Star Citizen, I reinstalled it. And it just, yeah, I didn't delete them, anything. Like I said, I lost it, so I had to reinstall it and I was starting fresh. And it just doesn't want, the graphics just don't want to load. So, and it's not like, the graphics card I went to, it's a Radeon card. It is comparable to the TI 3070 or NVIDIA's TI. That was a 3070 Ti. I said that backwards. 3070 Ti, but it actually benchmarks about 10% better. So, and why did I stay with a Radeon card? I was talking about that a long time ago. Even my daughter was actually like that. Why'd you go Radeon? You were complaining about it, and you know what? It's still I'm still not 100% happy, but I went with it because, well, it was local. I could go to the store, pick it up, walk out with it today. It was on sale. So not only was it 10% benchmark 10% better, but it was a lot. It was cheaper than the 3070. All right, local app data, Star Citizen. I'll take a look at that. User is in the install folder. Shader is in. Okay, gotcha. I'll take a look at it and see. Hopefully, because I mean, like it's like it wants to load up the graphics, but you know, when you start it up, you know what it's like when you first start Star Citizen. Your guy is laying in his bunk, and so I'm like, all I see is the roof. So I hit the command to stand up, and he fell out of his high rise. It was actually comical. I would delete the shader folder since you changed the video. That's a good idea. I'll do that. I'll follow your advice. Oh, SSD is a must. Interesting. You know what? Because I've got several drives, but I think I may have installed it. I have an old school drive, Western Digital Black gaming drive, and I stuck it there. So, yeah, I think that might be the issue. I do have an I do, my I have several SSD drives, but I stuck it on the old school drive. I think that's where I put it, just because I didn't see myself going into playing it all that much. So I went ahead and, stuck it on a drive that has lots more space. It can take a while to compile new shaders, so I would just lie in bed for a bit. You can watch it build shaders in the console. Got it. Start it, go to sleep. Got it. All right, I can do that. Gotcha. Fall flat on his face. I have a fast, I do have a fast SSD drive, and then there was something I was looking at the other day I thought was kind of cool. I'm going to do an install onto the motherboard of a card that actually you can add several NVM, was it the non NV, the .2 drives. Yeah, I do a blank. So, but let's see. What do I want to do? This is what I want to do. This is the dilemma, because I do a budget and I stick to my budget. So I advise that to everybody. Do a budget, stick to your budget, and for things that are not a priority, they don't get budgeted very high, and I'm flipping a coin. Either I'm going to upgrade my processor, or I'm buying a rail driver. And truth be told, for the system, processors are probably a higher priority than the rail driver. But for the stream, rail driver with a camera pointing down at my rail driver as I'm operating it, oh yeah. I'm going to turn the bell off. I don't need the bell over here. All right. So I think I got enough time to move that one more cut of cars out. So let's see. I got two. I think the other one is in the A yard, the A side of the Waycross. So over here, so there's in the bowl. Like I said, there's a A side and a B side, and I believe the air cut is in the A side, or the A side. So I need 49, 30. I think I just pulled 31, 49, and 41. I think I need 49. Yeah, it's either 49 or 41, but I think it was 49 that I want. So we got to get back over. It's this cut of cars right here, these auto racks. I need to pull out. That one's full. So it's funny you say that, Kerbo. You're not the only person. I mean, I take it you have. I think you have a rail driver, but you're not the only one. That there's, and I was looking at the company that made it. Yeah, yeah, okay, you're the one. I know you're one of several that have made the statement that the throttle is very sloppy. They've been having issues with getting it setting it up and synchronizing it to the game. But then there's another streamer, and I can't remember who it was, that they went in and they made some changes. Now, some of it might be because they're very um, electronics oriented, so they were able to do it, and they added some shims, and there's some things that they did to fix their rail driver. Okay, I get that. I'm not adverse to doing that myself. And I do, yeah. I mean, well, what was it? I saw on Amazon it's $229, and you get, Train Sim 4, I think is what it is. All right, let's come off the notch and break this. Come on, baby, come to a stop. All right, thank you. All right, did I clear the switch? Ooh, look at that. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Do I want that one? You know what? I don't want that one. I need to be over here. So, let me see. Which one was it? Let's work our way backwards. Get in the drone. Is it this one or this one? I can't remember. Okay, it's going to be this one. Yeah, that one's not quite full. It's there. It's almost there. But yeah, that one needs to be trimmed out. So that would be 41. That's the last one I need. Whoa, get back up on the ground. So I just confused myself by going below the ground. This one here. Alright, so we're going to come out here. You've seen that video too? I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't mind working on that. It's, as a ham radio operator, I've done stuff like that, modified my radios so I could operate on military bands. I was licensed for that. Alright, I need to get past this switch right here. Okay, so let's pull forward. But yeah, I've heard some people complain about that, sloppiness, and I'll be honest with you, if that's the case, I looked at what they do. The company that makes them, they make a lot of other good stuff, but it's obvious the rail driver's not their bread and butter. It's not their main focus. I get all that, but I will be if the one I get, if it's not, I would say, be honest with you, 95%. If it's not 95%, then, or if something is like gross, out of whack, yeah, then I will be the squeaky wheel, and they will learn to hate me. Because I'll put it out there. I mean, I already planned if I do go down that road and pull the trigger on the rail driver. Yep, there will be an unboxing video. And I'm not going to pre-look at it. I will open it up and pull it out, and if there's a disappointment, it'll be on the stream. Alright. Like, it's actually kind of getting hard for me. Even like the other stream I do is Lord of the Rings Online, because my daughter and I are huge Tolkien fans, so we play that one. And it's that one right now has got me frustrated. They did come out with the new area. They launched the Corsairs of Bumbar area, and then they came out with a patch because there were some errors. I noticed today that it's extremely laggy. which that's something they've been fighting for some time, and they've been fixing it. Well, there's supposed to be another patch coming out this Wednesday, so I get it. It's complex. So their support was responsive and helped me out, helped me get the calibration program, which helps some. Oh, okay, cool. So, but it helps some, but it not 100%, and that's an issue. But the sloppiness, I mean, there's going to be some play. I get it. I don't want it to be super tight that it breaks when I try to move a handle. But if it's like super sloppy, and if you try to move it forward and it falls back, that's a problem. That's an issue. Then yeah, it's like, hey, I just got it. I'll register it, go through all that process, and then, yep, I will call them up. Guess what? This one's coming back. I'm keeping the software. I'm sending the rail driver back, and because this is what's broken on it, this is what's broken on it, and this is how sloppy these are. Find one that's built right and send it to me. I wish these numbers were like right at the very end. It'd be kind of nice. But anyway, from what I understand, not all of them have the amount of slop that mine does. Yeah, I mean, that's impossible. I mean, knowing my luck, I'll probably get one that's going to be sloppy because that's just my luck. Oops, it came off. I didn't realize I had come off. Well, I do want to be off because I'll be grabbing this. Alright, get a little break here. We're a little bit fast. Close to 3 miles, and we'll be under 3 miles an hour, just like where I like to break it. Where I want to break it. Like, I don't want to break it. Where I couple up, that's about the speed. Like anything under, I mean, anything under 5 is good, but I like to be under 3. It just seems like good railroading to me. Alright, this is A779, I believe. A7, oh, wrong one. Here we go. A779. A779. Let me just tab out here. A779 goes to, oh, that one's going to go, oh, 799. Did I say 779? Hang on. 779. Do I have a 779? See, this is the thing. I changed my configuration files. I do not have an A779. So we're going to pull this off, and I'm going to stick it in the southern yard and then figure out where it needs to go. I either did a typo and it goes to Taft, and I typed in A799, which that's based off of their off the depot's files, off their website. So it may have been even a typo on their part. So, alright, so I do have a little bit of research to do. Where's my, I have a notepad somewhere. Let me grab my notepad, make a note of it. Here we go. A779. Alright, so made a brick note, so that'll be off-stream research. I have electronics experience, so I was hoping to fix it, but when I took it apart, they use a lot of linkages, and that goes to a capacitor wiper thing built into the PCB. Ah, gotcha. I mean, that's something. That's a long time ago. I had a ham radio HF rig that I had, well, like I said, I modified it to operate on military frequency, and everything was, surface mount, very small. Trying to find it. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right, we're gonna go straight down. Go normal. Go straight down this one here. I think we should be good to come all the way down to T3. I think, yep, we're now according to the map. That's all good. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna push back though. Past at the B tower here. Probably have enough just to do this will be just a whole thing on trim. I'll have to adjust my title. Yep, we're going to come back past this switch, come over here, and then down here to get into the south forwarding yard. At the south forwarding yard, I'm going to come down and I'm going to stick this one on this track right here. Because I believe, yep, I'll be on F13 or I'm sorry, F12. We'll do that. We'll stick them all here on F12, and then I'll figure out where they need to go. And of course, if they have to, I'll move them up to the north yard if I need to. So, all right. Anyway, let's get started with that. Let's go ahead and pull out. But there were no linkages in that radio. It's just all like little. I mean, they were crammed so close together and trying to find the right. All right, we're gonna come out this way. Go straight until yep, we're gonna go straight. I set that, and then we're gonna come back until I gotta get them past this switch right here. Okay. So forward. Oh, I went right in the notch one. I gotta quit doing that because that will snap a coupler. Almost forgot to take the handbrakes off too. That'll snap a coupler too. Alright, 1.5. We're slowly pulling forward. Okay. Two hours to do trim. Boy, that's well, actually the stream's not gonna be 2 hours, but 2 hours inside the game. That's it. And then the shift is done at when I hit right up here in the upper when I hit 0400. That'll be the end of the shift. Kung Fu Beer, welcome to the stream, buddy. How good to see you. I get too confused by Waycross here. Glad you're exploring this for us. Hey, no worries, Kung Fu Beer. You know what? I know, I like where you your stream. I love your stream. Watch it all the time. The LA yards confuse me, so it's even. It evens out. So, but yeah, no, I'm using the we'll spend 2-hour shifts in here. Day one will be 12 2-hour shifts, so 24 hours. On day two, we're gonna move to the Fitzgerald and start working the yards. So it'll be, Cordell, Oglethorpe, Fitzgerald, and Manchester yards. It'll be day two, running locals. Ooh, yeah, there we go. It's a party in here, guys. It's a party. Let's have some fun. You know what? I need to turn that off. See, this is a problem too. I mean, these cars should not be lit up. But it's all good. Run8 still the best. There's some good ones out there, good simulators out there, but I think Run8's still the best. I went Fitz before once, just went back to LA. Huh. I worked Fitz once. I went back to LA. Yeah. You know what? And that's the thing. Beer. I mean, I literally, it's like, I know, I'm like you. You and I are well, you're SoCal, I'm Central Cal. So it kind of broke my heart. I mean, great, they came out with Northern California. That's the area I grew up in. But they skipped over from the Calwa yard, which is 45 minutes south of me, and skipped over, was it 2 subdivisions, and went right to NorCal. So I'm like, come on, guys, fill in that gap. So, because I've got, where I live, I've got BNSF on one side, especially where I work. I have BNSF on, I can see BNSF go by. I can see Union Pacific go by on the other side. And yeah. But yeah, this is me forcing myself to get to know this area. I mean, it's not just the maps where the tracks go, it's also the tagging system. I get BNSF tags, I get Union Pacific tags. So it's not, it would be nice once they connect them, and it'll be interesting. I think it was in your stream, as a matter of fact, that I chatted with somebody that claimed to be one of the devs for Run8, and he says it's on the table. It is on the table. Um, so I thought it was one subdivision, which would be the Stockton subdivision, but apparently there's the Mariposa subdivision in there as well too. So I would go from Bakersfield sub to Mariposa sub to Stockton sub. And I like the Stockton idea because BNSF heads toward the San Francisco Bay Area, and there's track rights for both BNSF and UP. You know, we can tie Long Beach in with the port of, I guess, Port of Oakland, I think is what it is, or Port of Richmond. Huge intermodal yard there. In fact, I went by there the other day, and man, they're lousy with containers. I mean, they're just waiting to be shipped out by rail. So yeah, very busy. I'm not. This is solo, man. Solo player here. Yep. Yep. No, these tags I'm running. Well, I just updated the tags from the depot. They came out with an update for their configuration, which was back in November 5th. So I'm gonna go ahead and notch down because there's the end of it. Get about, I think these are loaded, so I'm going to go about 20 pounds on the Independence. So yeah, this is not high green. I need to go check out high green. I think I need to do some. That'd be just force. I mean, I got to force myself to be out here and know the tags. And then the other thing that confuses me too is I went and I looked up on the internet to the tags for CSX, and it was like one of those duh moments where I'm looking at those tags. Why don't they match up with the tags in Run8? Well, I forgot that Run8 models was it late 1990s, early 2000s era, and the current tags don't match. Yes, pretty much. Yeah, I remember, and so I've got cars here now too that I may have to retag because I noticed that when you actually do the configuration, it changes the industries and everything, but it doesn't change the tags of the cars that you have. All right, was this going to let me on? It let me on. Awesome. All right, this should be able to go back and go. I should already be lined up. Come off the brakes. We're going to go ahead and notch in one. Let's go push in on the slack. So I'm going to throw it out, you guys. This is to the two of you. And there's some others that I'm thinking about doing this. I wouldn't mind doing a multi-stream. I'm just going to throw it out there, give you something to think about. You don't need to respond. Just sort of like put your hand up to your chin and go, multi-stream. Get together, get on a multiplayer server, or launch one of our systems as a multiplayer, and just get there and chat it up, help each other build our communities up, and ultimately build up the Run8 community, because that's my ultimate goal. I want to build this community up, get the word out. Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's fun. It is fun to dig into the industry configs, try to match stuff up, and then lately I've been digging into the XML file for the train routing, because that was the next thing I looked at too when I updated their config files. I noticed that the tags, based upon what they have on their website, all those tags and destinations are not in the XML file. So okay, and that made me realize too that the what's on their website hasn't been updated, because you can tell that because Baldwin Map isn't even on their website yet as of yesterday. I haven't really dug in, but I don't think it's there today either. So, but once again, these guys they have real jobs. This is an independent company. The fact that they maintain this, update this, and give us new maps while working real life jobs, that's more than just a golf clap, people. That's more than just a golf clap. But I'll go back, yeah, because there's a couple of other scenarios I was looking at, and this goes back to what Kerbo said about it has to be pretty. You know, well, great, you got really, really, really pretty scenery, but if you don't have the operational side of it, the trains don't operate like they do in real life. They don't, I mean, and for me, if it's a scenario, you know what, get it away from me. I don't want to do a scenario. I want to do. I'm working a scenario right now. I made up my own scenario. So between work and family stuff, my 2K to do any multiplayer collabs. Appreciate the offer though. Hey, no worries, man. It's all good. I get it. I'm just throwing it out there. Like I said, you know, it was like, you know, I'm not saying a constant, ongoing thing, but maybe once in a great while, just throwing that out there, because I would. You know, other than getting on a server, but yeah, there's some really brilliant, what is it, from, and I'll throw his name out there. He doesn't stream that much anymore, or if he has, he's not doing Run8 that much anymore. In fact, I think the last stream he did was when the Pittsburgh line came out, and that's NS Horsehead SD70. I learned a lot watching his videos. And getting on the Depot Plus server and talking to the guys while you're playing, that's where Run8 shines. It really does. 2 a.m. Eastern on Thursday morning, Kerbo. That's what time we should commit to. Ha! No worries, I got that. 2 a.m. Eastern time. That's fine. I got that. That works. So, I hear music. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, well, you got family stuff. My kids are out. I booted them. You guys all. Yeah, Horsehead got me into Run8. Yeah, he did too, man. It was his. I mean, the whole thing was I was looking for, like I said, that virtual model railroad simulator. And everything I looked at, everything was all scenario based. And I'm like, this isn't it. I want to be able to come in and work on something like it's my model railroad. And I forget what complete happenstance. I was looking at a couple of videos going, no, this isn't doing it. No, this isn't doing it. And I look down at the bottom and I see like other videos you might, you know, in YouTube, other videos you might want to look at. Oh, I see Run8. What is Run8? And I clicked on it, and the first video I clicked on was a Horsehead video. And the way he explained stuff, I'm like, wait a minute. And I just started watching his videos. And I'm like, this is exactly, we're talking realistic operation. The physics are spot on. You know, I'm like, this is my virtual model railroad. So there's another one out there that was, and I watched a video yesterday, as a matter of fact, before work, that talked about this other one, and that the inception of it back in like 2000 was because of model railroading. They wanted to come up with a piece of software that if you don't have a space for a model railroad, you can actually build a virtual model railroad and run it. And I was like, okay, I start. So I'm looking at that one, and that's trains. And there is a YouTube video that I've been chatting with back and forth. He does trains, he does Run8, and he's new to Run8. So I've been chatting with him, trying to, you know, just share my knowledge, what little there is, with him. So. Yeah, they were. I mean, the same thing. They're a huge help, and a lot of times I even go back and, you know, he does his live stuff is mostly version 1, version 2, but it all applies. That's the beauty of it. It all applies. So, did you join the Depot Comp beer? Because you know, his experience and knowledge. I mean, I've gone over there on the public server, but yeah, You know, I'm actually getting to a point in my operation uh, that I probably could be a little more comfortable with. You know, but it's the radio chatter. I mean, they talk, they use TeamSpeak. I'm not adverse to Team. I like TeamSpeak, to be honest with you. But the way, you know, calling out the signals and stuff, that's still something I need to work on. Because they run it like real operations, and I'm okay with that. In Mateo server, I did the checkout for that one, and I get on the Mateo server every now and then when I feel like doing some SoCal. Like I said, I'm forcing myself over here, um, but when I get on and do some SoCal, I get on the Mateo server for that. I just haven't gotten into their Discord channel and talked, but I like the way they have their Discord server set up, you know, for their ticket system. I think that's really pretty cool. Um, so, I'm Depot Plus, you are Depot Plus, so they don't call out. So, I assume that they do because he does. And I guess that's, you know, his training with Norfolk Southern. And so he calls the signals out. I noticed that a lot of the others don't. And you're right by that. But I just noticed that he calls them out. And I think there's maybe one or two guys that do it as well, too. So where I think he's more busy now is um, over on the enhancements Discord channel. I think he's there doing a lot of horn and bell enhancements. So he disappeared about the time I noticed that he was stopped doing his streams for on Run8 was about the time that Norfolk Southern had that huge derailment that made the national news in Ohio. Um, so I thought the worst, and then when he came out with the with the Norfolk Southern, the Pittsburgh. Well, I sent him a message. I said, I thought you got hurt or something because you weren't around. Man, you need to keep doing your streams. And he said we chatted for a little bit, but yeah, he hasn't done anything lately. That's too bad. They might do that on the east side. I just sent you an invite to High Green Discord. Okay, cool. Since you are Mateo, you get an automatic access to High Green once you join. Awesome, thank you. I will go join that. I'll do that right after this because this was coming up. I'm looking here. As soon as I park this particular string of cars, this will be the end of the stream. I'm at 3 hours, 57 minutes of day one. So 4 o'clock's coming up. That'll be end of the second shift. I'm doing the 2-hour streams, and then I'll just notate into my Excel sheet, and then I'll go take that Discord invite. So, okay, I appreciate that, Beer. I'll take advantage of that, because then I'll get over there and I can actually get more used to this, especially if I just want to play and not stream. I'll be over there. I knew they had the high green. I just didn't do it. I know I did the checkout for on the Mateo server, and I forgot who it was who checked me out. And when he got me on the train that was on a hill out by Needles, as soon as I put the fence up, he goes, "Oh, you know how to do the fence? Yeah, you're in. I got that's more than what I do." So that was funny. Paperwork has to be done. Of course, we got to have paperwork. Always got to have paperwork. Oh, SoCal. Yeah, I know. I think everybody goes there. Yeah. I mean, everybody asked. I put that poll out, and I was hoping, actually, to be honest with you, I was hoping there was going to be, when I put the poll in my channel, where you want me to go, everybody pretty much, yeah, it was SoCal. But I was kind of hoping it was going to be Selkirk Mohawk. I don't see a lot of streams for the Selkirk Mohawk, and I may end up there once I get used to CSX land. So, but right now I'm going to stay here. I'm working, like I said, working the Waycross yard. I've got, let's see, got 2 shifts in. Perfect. So, all right, we'll be bringing this one to a stop. It is time. I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to go in here, and I'm going to hit freeze time. I don't want to advance. I'm at 3 hours and 59 minutes, so that's okay. It's almost 4 o'clock, end of the shift. End of the stream. I just got to remember when I come back in that I got to stop that time right away so I can actually get a full 2-hour stream in. So, all right, let's go ahead and notch down, and we're going to apply the brakes. 20 pounds on the brake cylinder. You're interested in running Pittsburgh? I've been on there once or twice. I went in there, didn't do it as a stream. I just went in and checked it out. It's an interesting, that's an interesting DLC. Because the Norfolk Southern stuff is on the main line, but all the locals are run by third-party companies. And I'm like, I kind of like that. That's very, very interesting. Hey, nice chatting with you too, Kerbo. I'll catch you later. I'll see you in one of your streams. I visit both you guys. The only thing is I have to really force myself, to go watch Beer because, he is a Dallas fan. Being a 49er fan, yeah, it's a little bit on the rough side. But I do it anyway. I support you because you are a Run8 fan, and that's the important. That's our connection right there. Hey, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, Beer. So, all right. So we're going to go in, and what do we need to do? Oh, I need to get rid of the slack here, so we're going to go into reverse again. Oh, before I can do that, well, I can do it right here off of this. Release that brake, but then I need to come down here, release this one. Oh, I just stopped the locomotive. I clicked the wrong thing. Here, we'll release the brake. We'll start the locomotive up again. There we go. I can't believe I did that. I get it. We all have our teams, yeah, my 49ers, I've gone through some very just painful times with them. I go back, even prior to Montana, like the Steve DeBerg era, that was painful. After Montana retired was painful. Last few years were painful, especially after Kaepernick did his thing. Don't bring politics to my game. I mean, I don't watch sports for politics, okay? I watch sports to get away from politics and the junk of the world. So that's all I'm saying. All right, let's go into reverse. We're off the brakes. Let's go ahead and push. I need to get this. I need to get the couplers released here. Oh, let's come off the brakes here first. That might help. And now we're going to push just a little. There it is. Release the tension. Nice touch. Good job, farmer. You're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. And we're going to pull forward. Why are you stopping? Don't tell me I just went into PCS. Why would I go into PCS? I did go into PCS. I don't have error. Yeah, no, I did. I know what I forgot. Once again, I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. That's my motto. I forgot to close the ankle cock. And it shouldn't have been open to begin with. I don't know why it was, but anyway, it was. I think I went through it. When I went through and I clicked all these, it set it up, and that was my mistake. I didn't check it. So here's how you clear a PCS fault. I'm going to go, first of all, go into neutral. Second of all, we're going to fully apply the train brake. And now we got to wait for like a minute. Now the easiest way is I can hit the F7 if I had all that turned on, but I'm not going to do that. I'd like to do it this way. So we're going to sit, and we're going to wait for that light to start blinking, and when that light starts blinking, we'll move the train brake, and we're going to be good to go. I grew up with the Rams in Anaheim, Raiders in LA. When I found Dallas, which was far away, they won, and I gotcha. What's up, Bob? How you doing? Welcome to the stream just as I'm about ready to leave. So, yeah, I remember, oh my God, I grew up and it was like all about the 49ers and the Rams, that rivalry, and then the Rams go to St. Louis. Okay, and so that kind of broke up that San Francisco LA rivalry. I also was an Oakland fan when the Raiders were in Oakland, and then it kind of irritated me that um, when he moved him out of Oakland the first time, that irritated me. Then he brought him back and moved him again, and then he kind of like played game. He being Al Davis played games with the city of Oakland. That's when I'm like, you know what, I'm not supporting the Raiders, and I haven't since. I mean, I don't like the Raiders because of the family. I mean, if Al Davis, even Al Davis Jr. or whatever, he gets sell the team off, and I might come back and start supporting it. But I'm also mad at Oakland as well too, because now my Oakland A's, I'm a baseball fan, and my Oakland A's are leaving for Las Vegas. So Oakland's going to have, and then the Warriors have already left. They've gone to the other side of the bay. So Oakland's got no major sports. And I think they honestly, somewhere, there's probably a developer that wants that land for something that they want to build, and they got the people, the supervisors for Oakland in his pocket. It's ugly. It's ugly. I hate politics. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of an NFC fan myself too, Beer. I really am. And it's just because it goes back to '81, Niners beating the Cowboys, in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. That's why I tease Cowboy fans, and but you know what? I'm at a point now with all the sports strikes that have happened in the past and everything. Honestly, I mean, I work at a high school. I love the high school sports. Those kids are just starting out. They're awkward. It's painful to watch. In fact, I have to go do that today, go watch basketball. About 2 hours, 2.5 hours here. Go watch basketball. But the football, we got some good players. It's kind of fun to watch them go and then see where they go after they go to college and where they go from there. It's pretty cool. Um, but in college football, I mean, now they want to get to the show, so they're trying harder. Um, that's that's where I like, and even in like baseball, I'd rather watch a minor league game than go watch a major league game. So SFB Dallas for the Super Bowl total 93. Yeah, I know 81, 80, 81. I think it was 81 was when, maybe 81, 82 season is when they did it. I think it was like with the first one, and that was like with the catch, and Dwight Clark, may God rest his soul, because that man died from Lou Gehrig's disease, but that catch and everything, that was, yeah, in the background. And there's still the debate, was that a design play that they never used throughout the season, and they would, just in case we're going to save that for the playoffs, and or was it just like a desperation throw from Montana to Clark in the end zone? That debate's still going on. One of the coaches that actually coaches at the school I work at, he was a coach on that team during that time. In fact, he was with them for quite some time. He's got 5 Super Bowl rings. I've seen them. They're gorgeous. They're huge. He's also got a couple of NCAA rings as well too. And he played professionally as well. So cool guy, nice guy. He's got stories. All right, so I'm just sitting here talking. We've got the blinking light on the PCS fault, so now all I gotta do is just release the independent, or I'm sorry, the automatic brake. That's coming off. Airflow's coming off. We're good to go. So, all right, at that point, I'm just gonna pull forward a little bit, and then this is where I'm gonna park. I will definitely park everything. We're pulling forward. I'm going to park this, and then we'll come back. The next shift will be at 4 o'clock, 4 to 6, and we'll stream that one as well. And we'll be continuing the working here in the yard. I've pulled the 3 strings that I want to pull. So next shift, we're going to start pushing more cars over the hump. And we'll figure some things out. I'll have an answer on a couple of these, where they're going. That's why behind the scenes off-stream research, so I can bring that to you guys, let you know, where we're going, and so. But we look here. I've got 1, 2, 3 strings to push over. This one here has locomotive on the ends, so I got to pull them out, put them over here in the shops, and then I got to park the other locomotives. And so I'm going to stay parked here because this is I need to figure out where this goes. I need to figure out where this one goes. All these two will go to the hump. I've got 3 supply trains coming in, so hopefully they'll make it in before this 24-hour day is over. Other than that, I will be bringing my stream to a close, guys. It has been fun. Kerbo, thanks for coming in. Thanks for chatting with me. Beer, thanks for coming in. Thanks for chatting with me. Let's see what you got here. I grew up playing baseball, soccer, and martial arts, so I didn't get into football until after I graduated high school in '89. Gotcha. Okay. So you graduated 10 years after I did, and so all right, we're still in there. We're in that same area. I did a little bit of martial arts myself. I played baseball in high school, and actually with the school that I went to, we were on the coast. My other sport was scuba diving, and I'm still certified, and I still dive to this day. So, although I probably shouldn't, but I do because it's just fun. Anyway, have a great rest of your weekend. I am off all week, guys. We are on break here. So there'll be a lot of videos coming out this week. So in between any sporting events that I have, or even might be another one tonight. Who knows? Depends on how tired I am when I get back from having to work the basketball game. So, all right, guys. Take care. Have a fantastic weekend. I will see you all later next time.